What's happening? It's your boy Certified. You know what I'm saying? Calling out of Tampa. Trying to get myself out here promoted on YouTube, blog, TV. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do this shit. I do my little music thing. You know what I'm saying? It pay off. You know what I'm saying? Little every once in a while I get a little something, something. Little something, something. Nothing too big, you know. But now nigga trying to get this blog TV money. You know what I'm saying? And get this YouTube money. So y'all fuck with your boy. Y'all go to Blog TV, check me out. Blog TV certified_talk. Certified_talk. Y'all check me out. Live shows. Sometimes I have the schedule of souls. Sometimes I just get on there, talk about real shit, everyday shit. You know what I'm saying? From politics to love to fucking to homosexuality to all that shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I cover every basic. I carry everything. So y'all get back at your boy and let me know what it is. Y'all check me out, Blog TV. I'ma tag it to here so y'all could just go ahead and hit the tag. Go to Blog TV certified_talk. Y'all subscribe to me, watch the show, call in. It's a hell of a show. We got controversy. We got all kind of shit going on. So y'all come and fuck with me. Certified Talk. That's CERTIFIED_TALK. Certified Talk. Y'all get at me. Follow your boy now. Y'all help out a nigga, man. Nigga trying to get a bigger chain than this. You know what I'm saying? That's diamonds, but we trying to get bigger diamonds than that. You know what I'm saying? These diamonds, but we trying to get bigger diamonds than that. You feel me? We trying to get this YouTube money. I rap, I spit, I have some freestyles on here. Sometimes I get on here and freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I might just have my music playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? Just ad-libbing to the shit, freestyling to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all look out for your boy, man. Fuck with me. Yeah, subscribe to your boy now. Holla at me. 10-4.